Hey friends, thank you so much for being here and for joining me today. For our class, if you'd like to use two blocks, you can go ahead and grab those now and place one on either side at the top of the mat. And we'll actually start our practice lying down on our back. So go ahead and make your way there. As you come down onto your spine, you can bring the soles of the feet to touch and let the knees open wide for Upavistha Konasana. If it feels good, your hands can rest down by your sides. Perhaps one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly as you arrive into this space. Give yourself a moment to ground down and to find your center. We'll start by checking in with how we're feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally today in this present moment. Noticing any physical sensations arising in the body, any thoughts passing through the mind. Perhaps any feelings or emotions that are flowing through you. As you begin to observe and to witness the quality of your mind, your body, and your breath, allow yourself to be exactly as you are in this present moment. Without trying to change anything, honoring and embracing where you are today. And recognizing that each and every time we arrive onto the mat, we show up a little bit differently. Now bring your awareness into your breath and just feel the natural rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe. We'll start to elongate our inhalation and exhalations. Cultivating this smooth and steady rhythm of breath. Let's take one round of cleansing breath together. So on your next inhale, take a full, wide, deep breath in through your nose. And a deep exhale out through the mouth. Sigh. Beautiful. Seal the lips. And on your next inhale, stretch your arms long overhead. Take a nice big stretch. Extend the feet long towards the top of the mat. It might feel good to circle through the ankles and through the wrists once or twice. As you're ready, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. You can stay steady or sway side to side, releasing any tension in the low back. On your next inhale, extend the left leg, long out in front of you. Root down through the left heel and inhale, interlace the hands back behind the right thigh as you kick the right leg high to the sky. Drive out through the right heel and flex the toes back towards the face. As you exhale, bend the right knee. With your breath, inhale, kick the right leg long. And exhale, bend. Twice more like that. Inhale, find length. And exhale, bend the knee. Last time through, inhale, extend long. And as you exhale, bend the knee. So lubricating the knee joint here. Inhale, kick that right leg high to the sky. You have the option to stay or slide the hands up towards the calf, towards the ankle. Or maybe you catch the bottom of the foot here. Coming into Supta Padangusthasana. Opening up into the hamstrings as we start this practice. Know that you can always have a little bend in the knee as you work it straight. Bring awareness into that left leg here. Press down through the left heel and engage the toes. So you're feeling length and extension on the left side body as you work flexion on the right. Take one more full round of breath in this shape. And as you exhale, slide the left sole of the foot to the center of the mat. Release the grip of the hands and let the right heel hover just an inch above the mat. Inhale, lift the shoulders, press the low belly down into the back. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, send the right leg high, lowering the heel down, using your breath, reaching the leg high, and letting the heel land down. So finding your rhythm can be more quick, can be slower, you decide. We'll do 3 more, last 2. And 1. Kick that right leg high last time, and exhale, lower the heel down. Inhale, hug the left knee in towards the chest, and we'll move to the other side. Interlace your hands back behind the left leg, kick the left leg high. Take a deep breath in, press out through the heel and flex the toes back towards the face. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, kick the leg long. And exhale, bend. Twice more, inhale. And exhale to bend. Last time through, kick the leg long. And exhale, bend the knee. This time as you work your left leg straight, you can stay with your hands behind the back of the thigh, or they can slide up towards the calf, towards the ankle, or maybe catch the bottom of the foot. You choose. Find the place that allows you to create more spaciousness in the back of the hamstring, and kick the leg into the hand into the leg. One more full round of breath here. As you inhale, slide the right sole of the foot towards the center of the mat, land it down, release the hands and let the left heel hover just an inch above the mat. Inhale, lift the shoulders up and off the mat, press the low back into the mat. So beginning to engage the core, inhale, kick the left leg high, and exhale, let it lower. Inhale it, and exhale, let it lower. Twice more, inhale it, and exhale, let it lower. Last time through, lift your left leg high and exhale, let it lower. This time, reach both legs high to the sky. Keep those shoulders lifted, so still working the core here. Open your legs wide out into a V. Again, you can flex or point the toes, but create activation in the legs. Hook the left ankle over the right, and as you inhale, open wide. Exhale, hook opposite ankle on top. So opening and closing the legs here. Just like you did earlier, find your rhythm. It can be fast, it can be slow. We're using the strength of the adductors, the abductors as we open and close the legs. We'll do just a few more here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, keep the legs wide. That's it. Now sweep your arms up and overhead, interlace your hands, connect your hands together, release the index finger and the thumbs. As you inhale, rise up, lift the shoulders, reach your arms long out in front. So a crunch here, rounding through the spine. Inhale, reach the arms long once more. And as you exhale, round, curl, crunch. Inhale, extend long. And exhale, round. Twice more, inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, and exhale, crunch. Last time through, inhale, extend those arms long overhead, and exhale, round, curl, crunch. Pause here. We'll be here for 3, for 2, and 1. So strong. Bring your hands to the back of the thigh. Bend the knees here. Give yourself a little rock and roll on the back. We'll meet in Navasana, boat pose. So hug the knees in towards the chest. Reach your arms long out in front. If you need a little added support, you can always bring your hands back behind your back. Take a deep breath in, work that compression. An option to stay or exhale, lower, low boat pose, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, lower. Twice more, inhale, and exhale, lower. Last time through, inhale, Navasana. Exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana. Option to stay here with your hands by your side, or just stretch the arms long overhead. Press the low back down into the mat. And as you exhale, rise back up, Navasana. Plant the soles of the feet down, hips width distance apart, and walk the hands back behind you. Reverse tabletop, press down into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Open up through the front body. It might feel good to shimmy forwards and backwards here. Exhale, land the hips down. Hook the right ankle over the left and shift forward into tabletop. All 4 hands and knees. As you work your way there, feel free to reorient, readjust as needed. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, untuck the tailbone, arch from the low back, mid back, upper back as you work your way into cow pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round from the low back, mid back, upper back, chin pulls in towards the chest for cat. Again, inhale, working from the tailbone up to the crown of the head as you pull forward, cow. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the tailbone for cat. Inhale, pulls you forward. And exhale, round through the spine. Option to continue to move through cat and cow. Perhaps this time you take nice big barrel rolls with the torso. You have the option to sink the hips back towards the heels, take nice big circles with the whole body. Or maybe you just create little circles over the wrists. Use this time to tap into what your body needs, knowing that there is no right or wrong way to move. We're simply allowing ourselves to be free and to be guided by the innate wisdom of the body. Next inhale pulls you back to tabletop. Sink the hips back towards the heels and stretch the arms long out in front. Child's pose. Inhale, ripple forward like a wave, cat pose, round through the spine, chuck the chin in towards the chest. As the shoulders stack over the wrists, gaze forward, lower it down to the belly. Inhale, lifts you up, cobra. It can be a high or low Bhujangasana. Exhale, sink the hips back, child's pose. Twice more like that with your breath. Inhale, ripple forward for cat. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down to the belly. Inhale, rise up, cobra or upward facing dog if you'd like. Exhale, sink the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Last time through, inhale, pulls you forward, cat. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, lifts you up, cobra. Again, high or low. Exhale, we'll settle back down into a prone position this time, down on the belly. Walk the fingers wide as mat width distance apart and tent onto the fingertip pads. Send the elbows up high, root down through the tops of the feet. As you inhale, roll up vertebra by vertebra. Let the crown of the head be the last thing to rise. That's it. Exhale, melt your heart back down. Twice more like that. Inhale, lifts you up. And exhale allows you to melt, so to lower down. Last time through, inhale, use your breath to rise up. This time we'll pause at the top. Dip the left shoulder towards the center of the mat and gaze to your right. Inhale, pull back to center and switch to the other side. Right shoulder dips down, gaze to your left. Inhale pulls you back to center, and as you exhale, melt your heart all the way down. So you can catch a block here or place your hands shoulder width distance apart, palms face to touch. If you don't have a block, no worries. Just imagine that you do. Root the forehead down to the mat, and as you inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lower the block down, and inhale, lift it up. 3 more times. Exhale, lower, and inhale, lift. Last 2, lower the block down, and inhale, lift. Last time, lower the block down and inhale, lift. So working the range of motion with the arms. Exhale, lower the block down and slide your hands to frame the rib cage. Press down through the tops of the feet. Inhale lifts you up, upward facing dog. See if you can lift the legs here. Traction the fingertips towards the back of the mat as you simultaneously pump your heart forward. Squeeze the shoulders down the back body or the shoulder blades down the back body. And as you exhale, draw the low belly in, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take this time to pedal out through the legs. You can move and shake in any way that feels good. Let this moment be an opportunity to connect back with your foundation and with your breath. Inhale, come onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, peek back at the belly button and ripple forward like a wave. Coming into plank pose, so articulating through the spine. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Inhale, send your heart forward, gaze forward for plank pose. Know that you can always lower the knees down or come onto your forearms. Send the collarbones forward, heels back. So creating expansion through the body. Take one more deep breath in here. Push the mat away, puff up through the upper back. And as you exhale, bend the knees, untuck the tailbones, send the hips high to the sky. 2 more Shakti waves. Inhale, come onto the toes. You can exhale, bend the knees if that feels good. Peek back at the belly button, ripple forward like a wave, coming into plank pose. Send your gaze forward, collarbones forward. Exhale, bend the knees, untuck the tailbones, and the hips high to the sky. So finding length and decompression through the spine. Once more like that. Inhale pulls you forward. Slowly with control, working your way there. Exhale, bend the knees, untuck the tailbones, send the hips high to the sky. Beautiful. Inhale, come onto the toe. Exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet to meet the hands. As you walk to the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Look up, lift up, fill up. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades down the back body. Inhale, stretch those arms high. And exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana once more. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, hands slide up the shins. Tailbone reaches back, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, plant your hands down, step your feet back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg high. Exhale, tap right knee to right tricep. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. And exhale, cross the midline, right knee, left tricep. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, drive the knee to nose, shift your weight forward, step the foot in between the hips. Lower the back knee down, inhale, reach your arms high. Anjaneyasana. As you reach your arms up, lengthen from the hip points up and out through the fingertips. Catch opposite elbows. And as you inhale, lengthen through the waistline. That's it. Exhale, dip the right elbow over to the right hand side for a side body stretch here. Finding length and space through the left side body. Inhale, rise back to center. Plant the left hand down, right arm stays lifted. Roll over the back toes, lift the back knee, right arm reaches back behind you, gaze back behind you. Inhale, stretch the right arm long out in front. And exhale, circle it back, gaze back behind you. Last time through, inhale, reach your right arm long out in front. And this time, reach the right arm high to the sky. We'll pause here. Draw the right shoulder blade down the back. Get light onto the left fingertips. Root down through the feet. Inhale, rise up. Open arm twist towards the right side of the mat. Press out through the back heel. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist just a little bit more deeply. Keep a nice bend in that front knee. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, land the back knee down. Inhale, float that knee to hover just an inch above the mat. We're in a double bent leg lunge. Exhale, let the knee land. And inhale, lift. Last time through, land the back knee down and inhale, lift it to hover. Keep squeezing the inner upper thighs towards one another. And as you exhale, maybe twist the rib cage just a little bit more. Exhale, anchor the back knee down. Inhale, float both arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus your arms, open up through the chest. Inhale, stretch your arms high. And exhale, plant your hands down. Ardha Hanumanasana, extend long through the right leg. Root down through the right heel and flex the toes back towards the face. This is a great place to catch those blocks and place them underneath the hands. So you can find more length and extension through the hamstrings. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, fold to your degree. If it feels good, you can always play around with shifting the toes side to side. Creating a little bit more dynamic movement here. As you're ready, root the left hand down. Inhale, stretch the right arm high. So we're in this twisted Ardha Hanumanasana shape. Pivot the left shin back behind you and kick the right leg to the back of the mat. You're in a modified side plank pose. Inhale, kick that right leg up nice and high. And exhale, tap the toes down. Twice more like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tap the toes down. Once more, inhale, lift that right leg. And exhale, lower that right foot all the way down. Press down through the outer edge of the right foot and stretch the right arm up and overhead. Right palm faces down towards the earth. Finding length and extension through the right side body. You have the option to stay here. Inhale, lift that left shin up and off the mat. You can stay or kick that left leg along out in front. Maybe it floats. Perhaps it lands down. You're in a fallen triangle. Or down through the left hand, lift those hips nice and high. Wherever you are, exhale, land that right hand down. Pivot onto the back toes and kick your left leg high to the sky. Three-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, step the left foot outside of the left hand and lower the back knee down. Lizard lunge here. Left foot is out towards the left hand side. Hands are inside the left foot. Inhale as you lengthen, and as you exhale, allow yourself to lower down to your degree. This is another great place to catch those blocks and place them underneath the forearms. Perhaps you lower your forehead all the way down to the block and just release any tension you're holding in the face, space in between the eyebrows, the jaw. As you allow yourself to find some softness. One more round of breath here. And as you inhale, gently rise back up. If you have the blocks underneath you, place them off to the side. Roll over the back toes, lift the back knee. Right foot outside of the right hand, sit your hips low, Malasana squat. Hands pull to heart center. Press the elbows towards the thighs and towards the elbows. Take a deep breath in. And a smooth, steady breath out. Press down through your feet. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Catch the right wrist with the left hand and step that right foot back behind you towards the left. Nice big side body stretch. Reach the right hand up and over towards the left hand side. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, root down through the left foot, come back to center. Catch the opposite wrist, reach up and over to the right side. Left foot steps back behind you towards the right side. Finding length through the left side body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, push down through the right foot to come back to center. Feet or hips width distance apart. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest, find that back bend. Inhale, stretch your arms high. And exhale, hinge to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, plant your hands down. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Come onto the toes, bend the knees and the elbows. Stack the knees onto the triceps and hug the left heel in towards the glute. Maybe you stay here or maybe that right heel hugs in. We'll be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Option to step back or jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, clear it out through the mouth. Inhale, reach the left leg high. Exhale, tap left knee, left tricep, shift forward. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, cross the midline, left knee, right tricep. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Create that compression, step the foot in between the hands and anchor the back knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. We're in a low lunge here. Catch opposite elbows. Inhale, reach up and out through the elbows. So finding length through the waistline. Exhale, dip the left elbow over to the left-hand side. Working into another side body stretch here. You can play around with descending the hips and maybe pulling the hips back. You might notice one area feels a little bit more sensational than the other. I invite you to play around with where you feel the sensation in the body. Next, inhale, release the right hand down to the mat. Right hand inside of the left foot, left arm stretches high. Roll over the back toes, lift the back knee. You're in a revolved lunge. Inhale, come onto the right fingertips and stretch the left arm back behind you, gaze back behind you. Inhale, left arm reaches forward. And exhale, circle it back. Left hand comes down by your side, it stretches forward. And this time as your left hand reaches up, we'll pause here. Draw the left shoulder blade down onto the back, root down through the feet. As you get light onto the right fingertip, maybe you stay or maybe you float the fingertips, root down through the feet, inhale, pulls you up. Open arm twist towards the left-hand side this time. Drive out through the back heel. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, twist from the navel. Maybe gaze back behind you at the left fingertips. And as you exhale, lower the back knee down, let it tap here. Inhale, lift the knee to hover just an inch above the mat. We're in a double bent leg lunge. You should feel the legs really working. Exhale, tap the back knee down, and inhale, lift. Last time through, tap the back knee down, and inhale, lift to hover. Super strong. Exhale, anchor the back knee down. Inhale, float both arms high. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus your arms, open up through the chest. Inhale, stretch those arms high. And exhale, frame the left foot. Extend long through the left leg, Ardha Hanumanasana once more. Pull that left hip point back, right hip point comes forward to create that scissoring action. Take a full breath in as you lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward. Again, you can find a little sway here, side to side, if that feels good. Root down through the left heel and plant the right hand down. Inhale, stretch the left arm high to the sky. Draw the left shoulder blade down the back. And we're moving to modified side plank pose. So pivot the right shin back behind you, kick the left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Keep it lifted, full breath in to lift it to your height. And exhale to let it tap down. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale, let it lower. Last time through, inhale, lift. And exhale, let it lower. This time as the foot lands down, anchor the outer edge of the foot down, stretch the left arm all the way up and overhead. Left palm faces down towards the earth. You have the option to stay here. Inhale, lift that right shin up and off the mat. Maybe you play in this shape or kick that right leg along out in front for a floating fallen triangle. Exhale, you can always lower that right heel down, find fallen triangle, and send the hips high. Exhale, we'll all plant the left hand down, pivot onto the back toes. Stretch the right leg high. And exhale, step the right foot outside of the right hand. Lower the back knee down and inhale, find length. Opening up into the left hip flexor, feeling into the outer edge of the right hip. Again, you can stay lifted or you can lower it down onto your forearms. You can catch the block, place the block underneath the forehead to find a full release. So finding a balance between movement and stillness, not only in the body, but also finding stillness in the mind. Sometimes it can be hard to turn off what's happening there. So notice if you find more mental clarity, more mental stillness in these slower shapes, or perhaps you notice more clarity and more stillness in the movement. No right or wrong, just recognizing our tendencies and how we respond. On your next inhale, gently rise back up, place the hands underneath you. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and step the left foot outside of the left hand. Lower the hips down, bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, steady breath out. All right, for the fun part, as you bring your hands to heart center, step the left foot back behind you, right foot back behind you. Walk this way all the way to the back of the mat. Once you arrive there, you have the option to take baby crow hops all the way to the top of the mat, like so. Otherwise, place the hands down, kick the heels towards the glutes, and work a little float, making your way there in your own way and in your own time. As you arrive at the top of the mat, no rush to get there, we'll pause here. Take a deep breath in. Circle the left arm back behind you, root down through the feet, inhale, lift the hips. Right arm stretches up and overhead. Exhale, lower the hips down and come back to center. Once more like that, right hand reaches back behind you. Inhale, lift the hips, left arm circles up and overhead. Exhale, lower back down. Pull both hands to heart center. Plant the hands down, take a Bakasana, crow pose, otherwise known as Kakasana, truly. Pull the heels in or skip it and just go back to downward facing dog. You decide vinyasa or no vinyasa. Take what your body needs. As you arrive into the shape, inhale, ripple forward like a wave. Coming into plank pose. Exhale, land the shins down, sink your hips back towards your heels, but keep the crown of the head lifted. Left arm circles back behind you. Inhale, hips lift. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Exhale, anchor the hips down and switch to the other side. Left hand lands down. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, lower down one more time like that. Right hand lands down. Inhale, and exhale, lower. Left arm stretches back behind you. Hips lift. Right arm reaches up and overhead. Exhale, lower the hips down. And we'll come back to center. Walk those hands long out in front. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the right leg high. Exhale, drive the knee to nose, shift the weight forward and step the foot in between the hands. Root the back knee down and inhale, reach arms high to the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip. Left arm reaches up and over towards the right side. Exhale, circle the left hand down, let it plant inside of the right foot. Right arm reaches long out in front of you. Circle the right arm all the way back behind. Right arm comes down by your side. It reaches forward. And exhale, circle it back in space. Right hand comes down by your side. Inhale, reach it forward. And this time as the right arm stretches up high, we'll pause. Draw the right shoulder blade down your back. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Get light onto the left fingertips. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, root down to the feet. Rise up. We're in that open arm twist towards the right side. Anchor the back knee down. And inhale, lift it to hover. Twice more, tap the knee. Inhale, lift. Last time through, tap the knee down. Inhale, lift it up. This time as you tap the back knee down, float both arms high, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, this time left arm reaches back behind you. It catches the back thigh. It might catch the calf or the heel. Reach the right arm up and over. So you're in a variation of a reverse Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the earth. Back toe is tucked. Extend the back leg, lift the back knee. Extend the right leg long, modified pyramid pose. If you prefer a traditional pyramid, you can always anchor the back heel down. Otherwise, keep the back heel lifted. Again, you can catch those blocks, place them underneath the hands if you'd like, for a little bit more height. As you inhale, notice what's rising, what's happening in the back. Sometimes the tendency is to round through the spine. See if you can inhale, lengthen it long, and press down through the right heel, flex the toes back towards the face. Take a full breath in, and exhale, fold to your degree. Inhale, walk the hands out in front of you, bend the front knee, kick the left leg up and back. You can be in a modified warrior 3, again with hands on blocks, or perhaps this time hands float to your heart center for warrior 3. Notice if the shoulders are collapsing down here. See if you can get some lightness, some lift in the upper body. Kick that left leg up and back behind you, and as you exhale, drive the knee to nose. Ekapada Tadasana. Take a deep breath in. Option to stay here, extend the left leg long out in front for Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Exhale, bend the left knee once more. Pull the left heel in towards the glute. Reach back with your left hand, catch the inner edge of the foot. Setting up for Nadarajasana. Inhale, extend the right arm long out in front. Kick the left foot into the hand into the foot. 2 rounds of breath here. As you exhale, we're going to slowly transition. Right hand comes down to the block or to the earth. Keep kicking the foot into the hand into the foot. Beautiful. Exhale, release the foot. Let the left foot land down. Inhale, reach both arms high to the sky, high crescent lunge. As you inhale, lengthen out through the fingertips, and exhale, sink the hips down just a little lower. You can interlace your hands, release the arms back behind you, find a little back bend here. Exhale, lower the back heel down and cartwheel your arms open, warrior 2. Take a deep, full breath in, and as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, extend long through the front leg and pull back to center, setting up for triangle. Shift your weight forward, forward, forward. Right hand touches down to the shin. Left arm stretches high. You have the option to stay here, get light onto the right fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down to the earth and pivot onto the back toes. You have the option to take any variation of side plank pose, but I'm going to walk us through the variation with a bind. So interlace the peace fingers around the big toe if you'd like to take it. Pivot onto the outer edge of the left foot and kick the right leg high. Press down through the left hand, the left foot, as you extend your right leg. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently release the bind and place the right foot back behind you. Come across in a wild thing, spiral your heart open. Exhale, close it off. Right hand lands down. You can flow through a 3-legged plank if you'd like, or take a traditional vinyasa. You can take a 3-legged vinyasa, whatever you'd like. And we'll all meet back in down dog. Your way, your own time. Knowing that this practice is truly for you. It's not about the physical asana itself. It's about listening to your body and taking what you need. Inhale, float the left leg high. Exhale, drive the knee to nose, shift your weight forward. Step the left foot in between the hands and lower the back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms high. And exhale, take the left hand to the left hip, right arm reaches up and over towards the left side. Allow yourself to explore the shape. Take one more deep breath in through the side of the lungs and the back of the lungs. And as you exhale, right hand lowers down to the earth. Left arm stretches long out front. Exhale, circle the left arm long back behind you, gaze back behind you. Exhale, left hand circles down by your side, it reaches forward, and then back up. Last time through, find that nice big circle with the left arm. Next time your left arm stretches high to the sky, pause here. Draw the left shoulder blade down your back to shine the collarbones open. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Get light onto the right fingertips. Root down through the feet, inhale, rise up, open arm twist. Exhale, tap the back knee down. And inhale, lift it up. Twice more through, you got this. Tap the back knee down and inhale, lift. Last time, tap the back knee down and inhale, lift it to hover. This time, as you tap the back knee down, inhale, stretch both arms high, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus your arms, open up through the chest. Inhale, stretch your arms high overhead. This time, right hand floats back to the right thigh. It stays here. Maybe it catches the calf, the heel, anywhere along the way. Finding that big back bend in this reverse Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left leg. Back toes are tucked. Inhale, back knee lifts as you extend long through both legs. Modified pyramid pose. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold to your degree. As you inhale, bend into the left knee. Shift your weight forward. Modified warrior 3. Hands walk about a foot out in front of you as you kick the right leg up. Option to stay here to find your full warrior 3, pulling the hands to heart center. Get light and buoyant in the upper body as you kick the right leg back behind you. Exhale, drive the right knee in towards the chest. Rise up, Ekapada Tadasana. Again, option to stay here or kick that right leg long out in front. For Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Exhale, bend the knee once more and kick the right heel towards the glute. Reach back with the right hand. Kick the foot into the hand into the foot to create that connection. Now extend your left arm out in front of you and begin to shift the torso forward, finding your expression. Know that it's okay if you wobble, you shake, you fall out. Allow yourself to be where you are. Slowly begin to lower the left hand down to a block towards the earth as you kick the foot into the hand into the foot, keeping that connection alive. Slowly begin to release. Right toes tap down. Inhale, both arms stretch high to the sky. We're in that high crescent lunge shape together. Interlace your hands up and overhead. Release the index finger and the thumb and stretch your arms back in space. Drive through the back heel. Bend a little deeper into the left knee to find your openness. Exhale, anchor the back heel down as you open the arms wide out into a T warrior 2. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, left palm floats to the sky, reverse your warrior. Opening up through the side body once more and extend long through the left leg. Inhale, shifts you back to center. Left arm stretches long out in front of you. And then the left hand lowers to the left shin. Right arm reaches high to the sky. So you're in Trikonasana. Of course, you can stay here. Hand can come to the block, to the mat. Or maybe you get light onto the fingertips. So starting to use the strength of the core, the obliques here, rather than falling into your depth. Press down through the feet. Inhale pulls you back to warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down to the earth and pivot to the back toes. Lift the back heel. Again, side plank is next. If you want to take the same variation, interlace your peace fingers around the big toe. Pivot onto the outer edge of the right foot and extend the left leg high. One more full round of breath. And as you exhale, gently release and tap the left toes back behind you. Kamakarasana, wild thing. Exhale, close it off. Left hand lands down. You can take that three-legged plank into a three-legged chaturanga. Take that three-legged vinyasa, or skip it and meet us back in downward facing dog. Always an option to choose what you need. As you come back into downward facing dog, we'll lower into dolphin pose. So you can lower one forearm down at the same one at a time, or lower both forearms down at the same time. Walk the toes in the direction of the elbows. Keep a little bend in the knees. Send the hips up just an inch higher. So the tendency here is for the elbows to splay out towards the side edges of the mat. See if you can hug the elbows in towards the midline. You have the option to stay here, kick your right leg high for Ekapada, so one-legged dog. Exhale, let the right foot down. Inhale, kick the left leg high. Exhale, left toes tap down. Both knees lower down, sit the hips back towards the heels. Take a child's pose. You can rest the forehead down to the mat and let it rock side to side. Where can you soften and release in this moment? From this child's pose, inhale, ripple forward like a wave into cat. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down onto the belly, prone position. This time, walk the hands back behind you, palms face down. Tend onto the fingertips and draw the shoulder blades down your back. Lift your heart, your chest. You can stay here or lift the legs. Maybe you float the hands up and off the mat. You're in Shalabhasana, or a variation of it. Of course, if you prefer to interlace your hands and drive the fingertips back behind you, you can take that variation. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, release. You can frame the forehead with the forearms and gently rock the head, the forehead side to side. Inhale, pull your hands to frame the rib cage, tuck the toes, press through plank or tabletop, and meet me back in downward facing dog. Inhale, walk, step, float your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. You can walk those feet and hips width distance apart. Catch opposite elbows for ragdoll. Or take Padangustasana, interlacing the finger, the peace fingers around the big toes. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Shake the head, yes or no. So we've created quite a bit of space in the hamstrings for our practice. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine once more. Exhale, plant the hands down, come onto the toes. As you come onto the toes, lift the heels, bend the knees, and click the heels to touch. Open the knees wide. So we're in this toe stand, but with more openness in the hips. Now you have the option to use your hands or keep your hands at heart center as you lower the hips down. Float the feet up and off the mat. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, so you're like in this floating Upavistha Konasana shape. You have the option to stay here or interlace your hands, release the index finger and the thumb, and then kick your legs straight. So we're in a variation of Utthita Hasta or Upavistha Konasana A B. That's more like it. Bring the toes to touch. And inhale, extend the legs long. Twice more like that, tap the toes. And inhale, lift. Last time through, you can tap the toes here. Maybe this time you catch the outer edges of the feet and extend the legs long for Upavistha Konasana A B. Take a deep, full breath in. And as you exhale, release your hands, but keep your feet where they are. You can bring your hands down to the mat or keep them at heart center and slowly begin to lower the heels down. See if you can go slow and control as they land down. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head, through the spine. So if you're rounding through the low back, you can bring your hands back behind you and work the spine long. If you have more of an anterior tilt in the pelvis, walk those hands out in front of you and fold to your degree. Of course, if you'd like to take Upavistha Konasana A, feel free to do so, interlacing your fingers around the toes and letting the head lower all the way down. Take one more deep breath wherever you are. And as you inhale, we'll gently rise back up. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to shift so you all can see. So you're in this wide-legged stance. You can take the legs so that they're in a shorter stance as we move into this next shape. Bring your hands to frame the left leg. As you frame the left leg, you can stay with your hands there. You can catch the blocks, place the blocks underneath the hands. Root down through the heels as you inhale. Lift the hips up and off the mat. Exhale, lower the hips down. This time, lift both heels. Super strong, lower the heels down. Inhale, lift the hips once more. Exhale, let the hips land down. Inhale, lift the heels. Beautiful. We're going to put all of that together. So with or without the blocks, keep your hands framed around the left leg. Push down through the hands. Inhale, lift the hips. Maybe the left leg floats, maybe the right leg floats for a wide-legged L sit. Exhale, anchor the hips down. Create little fists with the palms. And give yourself a nice big release. We'll do that on the other side. So bring your hands to frame the other leg. Again, root down to the heels. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, heels lower. Inhale, hips lift. Last time through, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower, lift the hips. All right, let's put all that together. So as you frame the right leg, root down to the heels, inhale, lift the hips. Maybe the left leg lifts, maybe the right leg lifts, maybe you're floating in space or just about to. Exhale, lower down, and again, give yourself that nice big release. Now catch the back of the thighs, bring the soles of the feet to touch for Upavistha Konasana. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, you can stay or fold to your degree. Maybe it feels good to gently roll the neck side to side. Inhale, rise back up. Bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Plant the soles of the feet down, come back to center. Inhale, stretch your arms long out in front. Exhale, lower all the way down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Now let's do a little counter stretch. Press the soles of the feet down to the mat. Bring them hips width distance apart. Bring the fingertips to graze the back of the heels. As you root down to the feet, inhale, lift the hips. You're in a bridge pose. Inhale, stretch your arms long overhead and lengthen from the knees up and out through the fingertips. Exhale, lower the hips down, hands come by your side. Let's flow like that twice more. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, roll from the low back, the mid back, all the way up into your bridge pose. Exhale, lower back down, low back, or upper back, mid back, low back. As your hips lower down, notice there's that natural curve in the low back or in the lumbar spine. Now, as you inhale, lift, tuck the tailbone. See if you can push that piece of the back down as you inhale, lift up. Vertebra by vertebra, arms stretch up and overhead. Exhale, lower the hips back down. Bring the soles of the feet to touch and let the knees open wide once more. Coming back into Supta Baddha Konasana, right where we started. And bring your hands down by your side or rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. I invite you to take your time to integrate the work you've done into the body as you rest into this shape. Of course, if you'd like to take Shavasana in a more traditional experience, feel free to extend those legs long and bring your hands down by your side. Thank you all so much for being here and for sharing your practice with me today.